I'm Jory Teal.
She's
Cutting Edge
interrupting
Colt.
me. I thought we were doing this now. I'm going to go get a drink here pretty soon.
I'm Jory Teal, videographer extraordinaire for Cutting Edge Colts. I'm sitting here with my husband, Mark Teal, horse trainer extraordinaire of Cutting Edge Colts. And he's going to walk us through this video of a Day 4 colt.
And she forgot Chrissy Wilson, the colt starter of, what did you call it? Extraordinaire. Colt starter extraordinaire. We have another word for it, but it's not, we can't use it here. This colt right here has been a good-minded colt. This is day 4. We're in a 90-foot round pen. He was started under saddle. We do everything from horseback. Started under saddle 3 days ago, the first day that we got him. Sacked out, as everybody knows that term, but what we're doing right there when we sack him out, and this is just a short version of it, helping him get over his fear, accepting to stand while we saddle him and do the things we need to him, whether it's work for the farrier or whatever. We go through that entire process. We establish a pecking order also by asking things that he can say yes to, and this is kind of the quick version. This colt was just ponied around a little bit, as you saw, and now we'll just push him up into the lope real quick. He doesn't need to see this round pen anymore after today. He's already been ridden in the big arena and out around the parking lot here at the ranch just a little bit.
You have 6 seconds.
But never pushed very far, and so today here we go. So this is, Chrissy's just going to get on after we moved him around a little bit, and you're going to see here, she's going to ask him to give, but she's going to pull on him more abruptly than we would normally on the first or second day or third day, because we're going to go outside on a kind of an extended ride today. And if something goes wrong, this is kind of our safety net where we can just reach down there and take a hold of him, and he doesn't go up and away. Like you can see right there, he knows that the answer, even when she pulls hard, he knows that the answer's down and back. I'd just like to explain a little bit about how we communicate with these horses. They communicate mostly with body language, facial expressions. And what we do when we're riding them, because they can't see us so well, is use a pressure release type of communication, where we use the motivation, the pressure being the motivation to change, whether we pull on the bit or use our feet or spurs, and the release becomes the right answer when we release that pressure. So it's very important to know the answer before you ask the question. So before she picks up on the reins or puts her feet in, she has to know what she wants so that we can release the horse at that time. And there's a process to it. The horse may be doing a number of different things when she adds that pressure, and if we release it, then they don't know right from wrong or left from right. All they know is that they were doing a certain thing and the pressure went away. So that's kind of the simple explanation of that.
So I've sat on the fence and watched you start a lot of colts, but I don't always understand what's going on, and I don't understand what Chrissy's doing here.
Okay, that's good, because that's what I was going to explain. This is monotone Mark here. When she was teaching that horse to give there, by adding pressure and then releasing when he gave his head and his neck, that was all that was. She was getting control of his head and neck. He was giving over those body parts to her and accepting what she was asking and understanding what she was asking. Now she's going to attach that rein actually to his feet. So not that he just comes down with his head and his neck, but that his feet follow that change direction also in the direction that she wants to go. The way that he knows that is once his feet go there, she releases that rein. So that's actually the priority. The pressure, again, is just the motivation to change. What's really important is what the horse is doing when you release that rein. So having said all that, the priority is go forward. We'll have a little bit of control. The reins usually discourage movement on more of the quieter horses like this, if they're not afraid when you pull, like she was pulling before kind of abruptly, so he doesn't become more afraid. But the priority is go forward, which is done with our feet, calves, boot heels, spurs, bumping, kicking at this stage, whatever it takes right here. And every time he goes forward, she stops doing that. That's what the priority is, to be able to get to do these things on these colts safely. So here you'll see we're gonna let this horse take care of as much as it can. We're going to be there. So in other words, we're going to trust him. We're going to help him when he needs help. At this point, you can't really school him or scold him because he doesn't know right answer, wrong answer. All we can do is take a hold of him and see what happens. But we are going to let this horse figure things out on his own. The other horse will be there. The dogs will be there to help, of course, as you can see.
They're a big part of the training, huh?
That's right. If this horse needs to follow another horse, I'm not opposed to that. That only works if you have some friends. And most of mine were started by myself, so this process gets done without another horse. And again, it's based on the go forward and based on the pressure release.
That is a whole lot of dogs.
Communication. The other thing, what's going to be important today, what we're going to look for, and to me the most important thing on these colts as far as their attitude is going to be try. That he tries to figure out what she's asking him to do, the communication part, and then he tries to overcome his fear when things bother him. So that's kind of what we're looking for. And you'll see what this colt does from here. That's Bootsy up front there leading the way.
She's a colt starting some bitch.
Yeah, she is. Okay, I'll just explain some things. The video is self-explanatory, I think, as far as what happens, and probably for the rest of the video. But there's going to be 3 parts of the horse that we're going to train. This is kind of my breakdown of it. There's going to be the physical part, which you can see is more than capable of packing her around and doing the things that we're asking in this part of the training. Then there's going to be the emotional part, or like I said, the attitude, how he handles things, if he gets mad, what bothers him, what he gets upset, when he gets afraid. And then there's going to be the intellectual part, which is, does he understand the communication? That's all. So the physical, mental, and emotional parts are what we're training here. The other thing we're dealing with, which we can explain more in other videos, are the characteristics that I deal with. And those are flight from fear, pecking order, laziness, and the reproductive of stallions and mares in heat.